You doing?
I'm doing fine, just checking in. It's been crazy around here. I can't figure out what the schedule is.
How long are they keeping
Don't,
you in the hole every day?
I haven't gone to see about that yet,
Oh,
so
okay.
that will probably be on a Thursday, I think.
I
So.
mean, but do they? How many hours do they let you out every day? I mean, is it 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or?
Right now,
Yeah.
we get out on Monday. We get to go over to rec in the morning for an hour,
Oh, wow.
and then we get out at for a half hour in the morning after we come back, and around 10 o'clock, and then an hour in the afternoon now, which could change tonight any day. So, but as of right now, it seems like they're doing the bottom downstairs in the afternoon and the upstairs in the evening. So.
Yeah. Wow. Well.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
No, it's like I figured they'd do, every other day, afternoon, evening, because that's what they were doing at one point. But we have a new warden. Even though I don't think he's here now, we have an acting warden. I assume the new warden is moving or something into a new home or whatever. Anything's liable to change in an instant. But that's where we are now.
Did you ever get the books? Just curious. All the ones that we sent, or?
I'm still waiting on the Wolfhorn.
Okay. I hope they get it to you.
I have not got that one yet. I mean, it's here. I know it's here because you told me it's here.
Yeah.
It's just probably. I figured I'd get it last night, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But I did read Flat Broke. I sent you an email earlier today. Flat Broke with Two Goats. Absolutely loved it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, parts of it was so familiar to me. I just started crying. It's like, oh my God.
How did you find out about that book? Because you're the one somebody must have told you about it that knew you'd enjoy it.
No, actually, a lot of the women around here get a catalog that's called Bargain Books. It's edwardarhamilton.com or something, and I was looking through them and reading the descriptions because they have a picture of the book and a description, and I thought that sounded like something I would like.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And I picked good because it was just a really good story. So.
Great. Well, I got to tell you, Pat, you devour books. I can see why you got your electrical engineering degree because reading a book ain't nothing for you. I think it lasts you about 1 or 2 days. So.
Well, the last two, if it's a good book,
Yeah.
and there are some, and of course, obviously, these books are 200-300 pages, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the Iliad took me a while to get through, but that was almost 700 pages.
Right.
And I read the Classical World, which was about Greek and Roman times, and that took me. I think that was 900 pages. So I'm really a slow reader, believe it or not. But sometimes it's like, what was the one I read in one day? It was No One Here Gets Out Alive. It was about Jim Morrison of the Doors.
Oh, okay.
And I was working. I was in college at the time, and I was working registration because if you work registration, you get to register early and get the classes you want and all that. So I was working registration, and really all you have to do is when you do anything, you sit there all day, and then you take a person down if they call a person to speak with a counselor or whatever. And that was, I said, like a 450 page book that I sat and read. I read it in one day.
Wow.
Some books that grab me that I can't put down, and of course there is not a lot to do now. So.
Yeah, I got you. When I get a book that's really, really good and I get enthralled in it, I can't put it down either. So I kind of understand what you're saying.
Mhm. Yeah. So some of them are easier to put down than others, and those last two were definitely they were good stories and just amazing information. So.
Yeah.
And both of them had a little bit about, dealing with the law, so I could relate to both of them. And, it was just, both of them really good books. Of course, I had to think about, she never really had 2 goats. They went to get 2 goats when they finally got 2 goats. But then they ended up taking 3 home, so they never had
2 goats. But that's the title of the book. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because you think she starts out with 2 books, or two goats, and it's like they went to pick up 2 that were already in milk, and then they saw one that just looked puny, and they felt sorry for it, so they took her too. So.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I know
So.
you're an animal lover, so any books about loving on animals, I know you're going to enjoy.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And like I said, there were parts of this book that reminded me of of my animals and the goats. Like how the male goats when they're in rut, how they act, and I could see my goats in my head. Just
Yeah.
especially Dante. I mean, I have a knee injury because of Dante from his last rut.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I got some.
he didn't headbutt me, but he headbutted another goat into me, and it bent my leg. My knee bent in towards my other knee.
Oh
So
my gosh.
This call is from a federal prison.
not the way your knees are supposed to bend.
Yeah. I've got a friend who has chickens and goats and all kinds of things, and every time we visit him, it's always an experience. But Erin just walked in. I wanted you to say hi to her.
Hi.
Okay. Hi, Erin. How you doing?
I'm good. You know what I found at a thrift store? I found a toaster cover. It's not plastic canvas, but it looks like a little house, and it's crocheted.
Oh, wow.
It's really cute. It's to cover up the toaster.
Yeah, they crochet all sorts of things around here. That's the biggest thing they do around here is crochet. But I'm a little different than everybody around here, so.
Yeah.
I would do cross stitch if they'd offer the class, but I've been here for over 2 years and they haven't even offered the class. So something about they can't get the supplies. Then I heard, well, they're not going to offer it anymore. And one of the girls that worked for them said, no, they are. They just haven't got it, nailed down yet. Of course, they aren't offering any classes now over at Rex, but they are fixing to do a mail out so people can get stuff out of their lockers and stuff. So
Yeah. Well, that's good.
yeah, because the lockers are only so big. I hear some of the other prisons, like we've got lockers on our walls, but some of the other prisons had lockers bed and they had wheels on them. So when you changed rooms, of course, some other prisons don't change rooms every year like we do, or like last week when the counselor gets pissed off at one person and they just move everybody. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. As you're talking, I'm trying to remind myself what your release date is to what we have on the website anyway.
May 24th, 2022.
2022.
What about praying
Yeah.
for on her birthday?
Yeah, we got your birthday. There's a guy in our group that wanted to get everybody's birthday, and he wanted to pray and fast, and we're highly recommending people. Birthday cards, because the prison mailrooms are so picky nowadays, it's probably just a piece of paper that says happy birthday. If you send a card, they'll probably reject it. But we got yours as November the 13th, so we're going to put you on the list. And I didn't put the year because I don't know the year and I don't want to know the year. But
yeah, that's it, November 13th.
Yeah, if you're okay with it.
Actually, I've had a lot of people around here trying to figure out when it is, and I won't tell them.
Yeah.
Well, they like to decorate each other's rooms, but then you can get in trouble for that. So
Yeah.
and which I mean, some of the decorations are really pretty. There are a lot of talented women around here that can draw and crochet and just all sorts of things.
Right.
And they make beautiful birthday cards around here too to send out for people, and just really talented people.
Oh yeah, I've seen some artwork from prisons that are like some of the most beautiful, intricate, talented stuff that you can It's absolutely incredible. But you mentioned, we framed it and put it in our living room. But you mentioned May 24th of 2022, so that's less than 2 years. But I pray that God works a miracle and you get out a lot sooner. But worst case scenario is 2022, so that we'll keep that in our prayers that something will happen even sooner.
And that doesn't include halfway house, which could be anywhere up to a year. Although I hear that's rare around here.
Yeah.
But probably more likely 3 to 6 months. I don't know even how I feel about that, because what we're hearing now is people are getting out of halfway houses, and then because of the coronavirus, they can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then one of the girls that just left, she leave Thursday? She's in a halfway house, but it's co-ed.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, I just don't, and depending on, I would just, you could end up, I guess, anywhere within 200 miles of your house, but if I ended up in one that I know about, Memphis, I wouldn't even want to go to it, because it's an area of town that is likely to get me raped or killed.
Yeah, well, we don't want you there then.
So,
we don't want you there. Yeah.
No, so, it does take an act of God to get. I mean, my papers say I qualify for home confinement, but then again, that's one of those. The lowest price we could find for the ankle monitor was $88 a week.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You add that up over a year. I mean, they're making so much money. It's insanity. These people.
And you think about it. You think about if I mean, if you're like go out but you can't get a job, well then how are you going to pay for the ankle monitor?
Right.
So
yeah.
I mean, you can't get unemployment because you haven't been employed. There's so many things that. I think they did a study. One of the psychologist groups around here. I don't know whether it was this prison or other prisons, but they said, you try to do what these inmates do when they get out. It's you're setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
So,
It's a scam.
I mean, I'm not going to fail, but a lot of them. I mean, even in the time I've been here, a lot of them come back.
Yeah, that's sad. That's real sad.
They violate and they come back. So, some of them are so institutionalized, I don't think they know how to function out in the real world.
Yeah, that's real sad.
Which is even sadder.
Yeah, that's real sad. That's real sad.
Yeah. So, I mean, you come here, you don't have to do anything. Yeah, you can get a little job. Some jobs you work 15 minutes if you're called to work, and then you're fed 3 meals a day. And some people, I guess, just get used to it. And then if they're on psych meds, then hey, you go over the pill line, or your meds are delivered to you. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
The diabetics around here and the diet we have, all this bread they give us is absolutely the worst. The bread and the carbs are the worst diet you could have for diabetics.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got such horrific stories about the food in prisons, and the Alabama seems to be especially bad. I don't know about, where you are Oh, you are in Alabama, Aliceville, Alabama.
Yeah, I am in Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't eat very much of the food here. So.
For some reason, I was thinking you was in Tennessee, but I got some other prisoners that we deal with in Alabama, and the stories they say about the toxic water and the mold on the kitchen places and the mold on the trays and the food is so bad. Oh my goodness! So yeah, you're in Alabama, the worst.
Call is from a federal prison.
The worst of all. I think Alabama's got. I think there was even like a national news article nationwide about the horrific constitutional abuses of prisoners in Alabama.
Yeah, well, I can imagine. I know a girl that worked in the kitchen dish room. She's no longer here. She's actually closer to you at Carswell now, and she said if she didn't fill the soap in the dishwasher, and when you fill it up, there was enough soap to last a day and a half.
Mm.
They run these chemicals on it first, but then you have to run next you have to run it to wash the chemicals off.
Yeah.
And I was getting so many dirty utensils over there. I even quit taking I started taking my own utensils over there. It's like and this is right before this COVID stuff started. So it's like, and she's not here. I felt a lot better when she was in the dish room. She was making sure we had clean dishes.
Right.
A lot of other people just really don't care.
Right.
So of course now we're styrofoam. Oh my God! Just the landfill. I could just imagine the stuff, the waste and the landfill and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Because they had recycling bins. I'm not so sure that they used them, but they made us think they were using them. I guess where you could put your your Coke cans in one, and plastic in another, and cardboard and paper in another. And they don't even use those now. Everything goes into one trash can and out, and then. Of course, like I said, styrofoam. Oh man.
Yeah, they probably go through a lot of, like you said, landfill material. Do you get letters or any correspondence from other people besides? I mean, from the ministry. I'm just curious if other folks are sending you. Connie.
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, I talked to Connie the other night because that night I got the broken two with two goats. I got 3 books from her.
Oh, okay. Well, we love Connie.
Yeah, she does, and I did talk to her. Now, it is best to try to get her at night.
Yeah.
I did catch her the other day. We're fixing to lose you.
Yeah.
But I did want to touch in with you, and
okay.
And I love you guys, and
we love you too,
thank
Pat.
you, and hopefully I'll get the Wolf book this afternoon.
I hope so. And if there's other books you want, we'll always try to keep you a supply of books to make the time go by quicker. But we love you and we pray for you every day.
Bye.
Thank you, Rudy. I love you too. I love you too, Aaron.
Love you.
Bye, Pat.
Bye-bye.
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 All right, that's Pat Parsons entrapped by the FBI on charges she should have never gone to prison for. She was an electrical engineer for the same company for 25 years, an upstanding member of her community. And then the FBI came in and set her up, and it's a common story throughout our country. If you're hearing this for the first time, you might be shocked and you won't believe it, but that's because you haven't been paying attention, you haven't been investigating. You're probably listening to mainstream news and you're not checking things out for yourself. The FBI constantly sets up and entraps people, and our court system has, I'll just say this, truth and justice have fallen in the streets, and equity cannot enter. Please pray for Pat and write her a letter. Thank you for your time.